Hey guys, so today we're taking a look at the Tokyo Marui M45A1, and I believe I'm the first person in the UK to get his hands on one of these, although by the time the video is released, probably loads of people already do. Bit of a moot point really. But Wolf Armouries got in touch and they said, hey, do you want to review it while it's in stock for the first week? I said yes, and here we are. So first things first, because it is a Tokyo Marui, you know that it's been designed for the Japanese market, where airsoft regulations and restrictions are much stricter, and therefore, because of that, you know that it's going to be a plastic body. You've got a plastic slide, a plastic lower, all of the furniture is plastic, even the brushed stainless steel style slide, say that 5 times fast, is plastic. Now luckily, when you insert the mag and it's full, there is a bit of heft. You do, when you are aiming, feel that little bit of resistance that you want to feel when swinging the pistol around. One of the benefits of having an entirely plastic pistol though is that the finish is often absolutely superb. Now when you compare this to the real steel version of the M45A1, they look nigh on identical. Now as you can see on the front and rear of this pistol, you have some really nice deep serrations, and they are deep enough to still feel them through the gloves or rack them on gear, but also they've rounded off the top to stop them from being too sharp, and I think that's a really nice little touch that they've mimicked from the real steel. They've also mimicked from the real steel the ejection port. As you can see, they've kind of molded it off and just rounded those edges. Really, really nice attention to detail. As we move down the pistol to the lower frame, this, I believe, is the first time TM have included an integrated Picatinny rail. Previous models have had a Picatinny rail, but they've been bolted on. So this is the first time it's been molded into the frame as a whole. And of course you can mount your flashlights or lasers or anything that you're using beneath the gun. So if we flip this over, we can see that we have a plastic black trigger, we have a plastic slide catch, and we have a mag release that's plastic, and a plastic ambidextrous safety. Do you know what? I've said plastic so many times now, unless I say otherwise, just assume it's plastic, because it probably is. Moving up to the top, we have some really nice Novak style sights. Unfortunately, these sights, although they're nice and black and with some really nice bright white dots, these dots aren't unfortunately glow in the dark like actual sights, which is a shame, because that would have been nice. It is, however, a really nice bright white, giving you a really clear sight picture, and also quite low profile and down to the frame. Now I've already mentioned the ambidextrous safety, which is great for left and right-handed shooters, but what I haven't mentioned is that this thumb safety won't actually engage unless you've already cycled the slide once. That's great, because there have been so many times where I draw a pistol and I go to load my first round, but I've accidentally slipped and knocked that safety into place, preventing me from cycling that round. So, unable to turn it on, and then of course so much easier afterwards. Speaking about safeties, let's turn this one off. You also have your standard MEU style Beaver tail grip safety. Now what that does is it prevents you from engaging the trigger unless you're putting pressure on that grip. Then let's move on to the grips. These are of course plastic, and they have a really nice molded just groove that leads your thumb directly to that mag release. It's really smooth, it's really nice. It's also modeled after the TFB G10 grips, which basically look exactly the same. But of course, with every TM, you want to talk about the trades. So on this side, you have Colt USMC, just like on the real steel. On this side, you have Colt government model, and then on top you have Colt 45 cal. Now, these are all pretty much the same as the real steel version, but then you do have your Tokyo Marui made in Japan on the side there as well. So all of you fanboys that love Trademarks, you've been sorted. Don't know what that was. Now when it comes to the internals, this pistol is actually nothing special. Everything on it is pretty standard and similar to the old MEUs. But that doesn't mean that there's not something cool going on behind the scenes. Enter this new double stack 25 round magazine. It's been redesigned internally so that actually it's more gas efficient, but not only that, reportedly, this gives you a 10 feet per second boost. Wolf Armouries did their own testing on this, and they tested this on an M45A1, but also an old MEU, and it did the same for both pistols. If you have both this magazine and the old style MEU, I challenge you to tell me if it's right. Do some tests yourself. Let me know what the change in feet per second is. The one thing I didn't mention is that the grips are actually really nice. They are textured. They've got a diamond pattern on them. They're not too sharp. They're not stippled, but they give you just enough grip to make it feel comfortable. Pretty good. Wolf Armouries unfortunately asked me to do a review at a really inopportune moment because my chronograph is broken, so I'm unable to actually do a chrono test. The kickback's nice. It's not too powerful. You wouldn't expect that with a TM plastic slider anyway, but the trigger response is nice and crisp. It's snappy. It feels like a really clean shoot. 10 shots. I don't think there was a single flyer. That's what, 2 inches? Maximum 2 inches, just there. That is not bad at all. So there you go. Cool magazine aside, is this pistol for me? No, it's not. I don't have anything bad to say about the Tokyo Marui. I do, however, not like the real steel counterpart. It's all a little bit minimalist for me. I'm not a huge desert tan player, but then even if I was, this is so tan and so minimalist that it just doesn't fill me with excitement. TM have done a really good job and it fires really nicely, and as a TM pistol, spot on. As a Georaga pistol, just doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry. If, however, this pistol is for you, you can head over to Wolf Armouries where you can get more information on it. Like I said, those are the guys that sent it out to me. Thank you very much for doing so. I appreciate the support. I'm sorry I didn't like it, but you know, we all have our own tastes. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and head on over to Instagram. That's where I do a lot of content at the minute. We're posting regularly, we're doing live streams, and we're chatting a lot about things going on in the sport. Until next time though, and there will be a next time, take it easy.